Today's lesson will feature the history about a group that is rarely, if ever, talked about in mainstream education. But that's exactly what we do here at Real Talk University. Atticus, do you know who the Buffalo Soldiers were? Were they people who fight buffaloes, Miss Clementine? No, not quite in this case. It must mean that they are soldiers from Buffalo, New York. I suppose that's a possibility, but still not what I'm looking for. Ooh, I once heard that the word buffalo can mean to bully. Were they bullies or people who fight off bad bullies? Not really, but that would be an interesting idea. Let me tell you about them. The Buffalo Soldiers were officially formed in 1866, a year and a half after the end of the Civil War. They were the first professionally recognized peacetime black soldiers in the U.S. Army and consisted of former slaves and the Civil War veterans. How did they get the name Buffalo Soldiers? Well, there are many different ideas about how the name came to be. One idea is that it came from the First Nations people because their short, curly black hair reminded them of buffaloes. Another is that the Cheyenne believed that when an American bison, debatably a buffalo, was wounded in a fight, it fought with courage and ferocity. This was likened to that of the black soldiers. What were they known for? The 10th Cavalry Regiment is one of the longest standing units in the history of the U.S. Army, as it was continuously in service for over 2 decades. They are most known for their work in the Indian War, where they fought in the Southwest, somewhat controversially, against First Nations people, Mexican bandits, and outlaws. They supported the Spanish-American War in 1898. One of my favorite things about them, though, is that they became some of the country's first national park rangers. Wow, that's pretty cool. But wait, there's more. They went on to support and fight in many different battles and wars, most notably during World War II, where they became known as the Tuskegee Airmen. Although they were important figures in the U.S. Army, they often went unnoticed. And throughout their history, they experienced various forms of hatred and racism. Frequently, they were abused and even killed during the early 1900s. Despite these racist and hateful experiences, they remained committed to serving and protecting a country that had already treated them so poorly. Ultimately, 26 members of the group were given Medals of Honor. I had no idea these soldiers even existed. In recent years, there has been some controversy about praising these soldiers as heroes, given the devastation they caused for many First Nations and Mexican people. Still, it's important to learn about the Buffalo Soldiers, as they were an important piece of this country's history. Spread the word, Atticus. Thanks, Miss Clementine. I'm going to go tell all my friends right now. A special thank you to the Buffalo Soldier Museum in Houston, Texas, that provided information for this educational video.